As a theatrical milliner, I'm often required to create hats for stage productions and copy historical styles impossible to produce with the original materials that would have been used, because those materials are no longer available.
Blocking net is no longer produced for the millinery industry. It was a stiffened, reshapable net textile commonly used as a foundation for glamorous draped turbans of the mid-20th century. When I needed to make one for a production of Murder on the Orient Express, I knew I'd have to find an alternative.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and welcome to my channel, Bricoleuse, where I share tips and techniques from almost 30 years working as a costume craftsperson.
The turban was made for the character of Helen Hubbard, a wealthy American world traveler.
In order to control the shape and drape of the style, and to streamline the dressing process for the performer, this turban needed to be built and stabilized upon a base, rather than the type that is wrapped and tied from a length of fabric each time it's worn.
Fabrics chosen for this hat by the costume designer were a burgundy silk underlayer and a paisley burnout on the reverse face.
I decided to experiment with creating a foundation with something that would approximate the discontinued blocking net, which could be manipulated into the curve of a dome crown. The open nature of blocking net and the scrim I used allows for breathability. A silk turban can be hot to wear, and a net foundation improves comfort.
I had a length of theatrical scrim from a collaboration with the Scene Shop on a prior production. It has a promising open structure that I thought would take the curve of a dome crown well, and although the hand of it is soft, it's 100% cotton, so I thought I might stabilize it with hat stiffener. The scrim blocked beautifully into a turban foundation cap. I stabilized it and bound the edge with a straight grain strip of scrim and a bias of the burgundy fabric. The costume designer wanted the turban to have more height than width, so I anchored a tulle puff at the top of the crown to support the desired shape. These mid-century turbans need the pliancy of a bias textile, so I cut the chosen fabrics into bias strips of about 4 inches wide. Then I began to drape them on my foundation, beginning with the burgundy underlayer and then adding the brown paisley. I pinned these layers into place and consulted the costume designer for feedback after each attempt. When we settled on a final arrangement of the turban drape, I stabilized it with loose tailor-style tacks through all layers, including the scrim foundation cap. Here's a 360-degree view from all sides. The final piece turned out glamorous, comfortable, and easy to wear.